Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another video. In today's video, I've got the Ortur Laser Master 3. Let's open this thing up. Check it out. Alright, so the folks over at Ortur reached out to me and they said, hey, what do you think about adding this to your collection of equipment? They've seen my 3D printing videos and stuff like that, and after talking to them, it actually started intriguing me because this is not only a laser engraver, but it actually cuts as well. So I was like, yeah, I'd love to check it out. But let's get this thing opened up. So this is actually a really cool piece of tech. There's lots of things you can do with this thing. This is actually the Laser Master 3. This will probably be a couple of videos, and the reason why is I want to do an assembly video because you do got to put this thing together, and then later on I'm actually going to do a video where I'm actually using it because I do have experience with lasers. I used to work for a company, and I am actually a certified laser tech, but not like this. So I'm going to have to learn a little bit more when it comes to these. But yeah, I definitely wanted to get it put together. We got a nice little instruction manual right there. Oh, this is cool. It actually comes with the little tray right here to hold the tools. That's cool. All right. I think there's 2 layers of the foam. So we'll get the first layer out right here. And yes, they are 2 layers. So that'll make it nice. Let's get this out. And we'll put the box away. Alright, so check out the packaging. This is going to be your front and back rail right there. Very, very nice. And then everything else right here. So it is very well packaged. Very well packaged. Again, the tools, the instructions. What I'll probably do is go over some of these, get everything laid out. But again, this is going to be your back rail here, I do believe. And we have our front rail. And one of the cool things about this is you do have an emergency stop, but you can also lock it to where someone can't use it. In other words, it comes with a key, and you got your power button there. What do we got here? We got our belts. Ooh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I did not know this. This actually has a tube that I normally use with a PLA printer. Interesting. Got a Wi-Fi antenna. That's right. It connects to Wi-Fi. We got our wiring cables right there. These are a tube. I know what that is. Got our safety glasses. Anytime you use a laser, you really need to wear the proper safety gear. We've got a brush, some zip ties. And this is the actual laser unit here. And I do believe this is a 10-watt laser. So that is cool. USB cable. Power. Got our power brick right here. Power brick. And we actually have a rail right here. And the other rail right here. And finally, we have the actual gantry right here with the stepper motors and stuff like that. So, very, very nice. I will say this, just before I even get to putting things together, This is very nice material, powder coated. Yeah, it's really, really nice. All the pieces have a real nice, like a gunmetal powder coat on them. Very nice. So yeah. All right, so I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm going to look over the instructions, because you need to read the instructions, especially with something like this. And we'll come back and we'll start putting this thing together. All right, guys, we're back. So yeah, we got the parts laid out. The rail systems actually are marked with a L and a R right there. So I got the back of the unit facing me. So there's an actual chaseway right here that the wire goes through, and the beveled edge needs to go to the outside, but you basically just thread it through like so, and then we will get her locked into place like that. All right, and we take one of our supplied M8 screws, oh no, M4 screws, and get that bad boy locked in. Or we're going to attempt to anyway. The tolerances on this thing is actually really, really good. The way this thing is designed and extruded, Ortur did a great job on this. The other side rail pops into place. Another M8 screw, or excuse me, M4 screw. Get that one in. Voila. So now we're going to rotate it all around. And we're going to get the front. Actually, we're not putting the front on yet. My bad. We got to put the Z-axis on. That's right. I'm just going to make sure. So we're going to flip it up. Right side up. Got the button there. Got the Z-axis. Looks like the... Okay. And you guys know me. I'm all about letting you see me go through this process. Huh, okay. Got some rollers, and so it's looks pretty straightforward. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Just line them up. Get that wire out of the way. And voila, yeah. Easy breezy. Now we get the actual front piece. Okay. Couple more screws. Push this wire down, and we're almost done with the frame assembly. This is pretty cool. Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm going to screw these in. I'm going to read a little bit further in the instructions, and then we'll be putting the belts on, I do believe. So I'll be right back. All right, so we're back, and as you can see, I actually have the frame all put together. And now for the challenging part, or I feel like maybe the challenging part, is doing the idler screws and getting the belt and everything put together. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the packing foam that actually came with it, and I'm going to use it sort of to, you know, help keep this thing level, or not necessarily level, but cushioned, because I'm going to be sliding it around a lot. But so we basically need the belts, Actually comes with 2 belts, and we need the idler assemblies, which are right here. Got 2 idler assemblies. And we're also going to need 2 M4 set screws, which I'm going to leave them in there for now so I don't lose them. So, alright, so I'm going to flip this around and see if I can understand this a little bit on the better side. The one thing I'd say, I wish the instruction book was bigger. In other words, it's a great manual. I just wish it was a little bit bigger because you could actually see things a lot better. So this is actually talking about putting in the idler screw first. Interesting. Okay. I would have figured that it would have actually went in later, but I don't know. We'll see. Actually, I want to see something here real quick. I want to see the belt because I want to see. There's actually a little instruction thing right here. I want to see how hard it is to hook this belt around this, because there's actually a pulley, I do believe, inside here. Yeah, there it is right there. So to me, it's I mean, it may be bass backwards, but to me this sort of makes more sense to me. Alrighty, I do believe I got it on there. So now I can actually look at the actual assembly here for the idler screw and put it in place and see how it actually goes. Alright. Get in there! I'm trying to decide if because there's a nut on it, and it looks like the nut might actually go on the outside, which that makes total sense, because that way you don't need a wrench or nothing. So there we go. Get my Allen wrench. Let's see if we can tighten this bad boy up. And there's actually a slot here, so you can actually move it to the left and or forward and back to give you some adjustments. All right, that went on pretty good. Okay, not bad. And there's also right here. There's a raceway right here that you actually put the belt in, and that actually I don't know when that step actually happens, but I do know it goes in there. A lot of this stuff I'm literally just double checking for my own sanity. Okay, so once the belt's actually tightened, so I'm gonna loosen this up and get it actually tightened. We got to put in the idler screw. There we go. So get that tight. That's good and tight. Now we take one of these idler screws. And we need another Allen wrench. Get that one out. Get the keys out. I think that one's it right there. Let's see. That is it. And there's actually a hole right here. You can't miss it. And what this is going to do is push against the idler wheel assembly, which will keep everything nice, keep it from backing off, in other words. So this is pretty common that when it comes to stuff like this, having a set screw to keep something from actually coming out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the other belt on. I'm going to get the other idler stuff hooked up, and we'll be right back. Alright, so we're back. We got the got everything put together. We got the actual belts. Everything's tightened up. So now we need to look at the final wiring, because it's very well marked on the actual extruded pieces. I've got the Z-axis wire already plugged in for that motor. So let's take a look at what's next. So it looks like, okay. Oh, the limit points. Yes, the limit points is what's going to be next. So we don't need this. We don't need this anymore. So there's, like with 3D printers and stuff, there's micro switches that let you know when you go too far. With this, you actually have actual screws, which is interesting and actually not bad, because micro switches can be pressed and compressed and fail, but an actual screw doesn't. So, yep, right there, boom. That is so cool that it actually protects it like that. I dig that. I dig that a lot. And let's see. I'm gonna flip this thing around. I think, yep, that's cool. Very nice. And I'm gonna have to tweak this thing a little bit here and there. Rear limit. Okay, so push this all the way back. The Wi-Fi. Looks like we're going to be putting the Wi-Fi antenna in. Wi-Fi antenna. Pretty simple. Right there. This is cool that this thing is actually Wi-Fi. This is pretty neat, because I know there's an app you can use for your phone, as well as actually, mounting it on your actual to a USB port. Millimeter Wi-Fi. Aha, okay. So we need to put in these last two screws right here on this, on the inside of the rail. So this is the forward limit screws. This is actually really pretty ingenious to do something like this for a physical safety measure, other than relying on a micro switch. That's pretty cool. Trying to get these things started, but it's going to make me do it this way, which is actually the smart way. Here I am trying to finger tighten it. Just put the Allen wrench in, Greg. There we go. Get these in. Boom, boom, boom. Got that in. Got that. All right, now then, it looks like the laser. So let's double check this, make sure. Boom, perfect. And the reason why these screws go in is because the actual laser is so much thicker, and it'll make sense here in a minute. So there's your stop, so you won't compress your actual laser assembly. So pretty smart. All right, laser. the laser assembly. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Got your laser shield. Thumb screw. Do we have a thumb screw? Or am I missing something here? Let me look here. Okay. This looks like it just slides. Okay. Okay, okay. And also on the laser itself too, it actually has this focal lever right there, which is really, really cool. Because you can actually use it as a stop. So voila. Now I need to figure out this thumb screw, because I don't see one in the box. I do not. I got a card, I got a key. Ah, there it is. It's in the bag right there. It's in the bag. I was expecting it to be in the box. So now to figure out, aha, there's where it goes. Goes right here on the side of the laser itself. Get that started. It actually goes in at an angle. So with the focal, I'm going to take this paper off because it's probably a whole lot easier to get this off now than once I actually get it mounted. But with the focal lever down, just slide it in and then tighten up the thumb screw. There we go, nice and secure. Flip that up and voila, we got the laser in. All right, so now we're going to be doing some wiring. We're going to be doing some wiring. That's right. Going to wire this bad boy up. And basically it's saying that I need to flip it over, so let me get my phone back out. I'll flip it back over so it's protected, and we'll start wiring it up. All right, we're back. All right, so here's what I've done so far. So the wiring cable, which is a very beefy cable, you have one connection up here to the front of the actual laser itself. It comes around and there's some zip ties that you put right here. So yeah, and then you have an X wire that you plug into this stepper motor, and that's pretty much it for wiring. Now there is a air tube that I will not be using because it actually you can hook it up to an external like air compressor, but there's no need for that. But we do actually have the laser wire. So let me slide this all the way back, make sure nothing hits. And let's take a look. Okay, okay. Pretty simplistic. The air supply or a tube would go here, and that's actually what that fitting is right here, and right here is for your airflow, like a little compressor and stuff. But again, no need for that. This actually, there's like a little key right here, a little notch. So you slide that in like so, boom. And it only goes into, there's only one connector it actually will go into. So that makes life really, really easy. And honestly, the last piece of this puzzle is to basically use some zip ties to do a little bit of cleanup. And again, everything is supplied. which I really, really like that. You got these little holes on the back side of the Z-axis here, and you just slide your zip tie in like so, and make it nice and neat like that. And we got another one right here, and slide that one through. But yeah, that's I will say the quality of this Ortur laser is amazing. It really, really is. This is a good piece of equipment. It's very well designed and put together. Yeah, no complaints as far as the quality of the material and things like that. I can slide that forward now. Make sure those are good and tight. Get that up. Take some snips and snip off the excess, and boom, we're done. Other than just you know, firing it up, that's going to be the next step. They actually looks like they have some sample pieces that come with it as well, which is very, very cool. You get a brush, and again, all the tools and screws were used, so nothing was left over. And I do like the fact that we have this nice little tray that you can keep things, you know, nice and neat and organized. Like I was telling you before, it comes with a set of keys. It also comes, it looks like, with an SD card, which I'm taking a look at. This is actually a weird little design. But yeah, there's a little micro SD card. Very cool. Converts into a USB. I like that. So I tell you what, let me clean my mess up, and I think we may fire this thing up, and I'll give you my final thoughts on the Ortur laser. So be right back. Alright guys, so wrapping things up for this video, which, like I said earlier, there's going to be more videos on this, but the first one I wanted to get it assembled and everything, and as you can see, there it is right there. The Ortur Laser Master 3, 400 by 400 print area, 10-watt laser, emergency stop, on and off keys, you can lock it, Wi-Fi. This thing's really cool. I mean, you can engrave with it. You can cut, I think, up to 10 millimeters thick of material. So I'm thinking Lexan, cutting some Lexan pieces, make some custom stuff for dioramas. Also been able to engrave on a multitude of things: wood, leather, plastic, metal. I mean, there's so much you could do with this. Has an app that is really, really cool, and again, I can't wait to play with it, but do have an app right there. So yeah, so the next steps and the next video on this will be using it. Again, I don't want to rush it. I knew this thing had to be put together, so I wanted to do that video first, and then the next one we'll put it through its paces. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Big shout out to Ortur for sending me this. So yeah, I'm excited. It has a pretty decent footprint. Like I said, 400 millimeter by 400 millimeter. The laser is adjustable, which is very, very cool. So you can adjust your height of the things that you're going to use it on. But yeah, let me know what you think, guys. Leave me a comment. And I'll put links and everything to everything in the description of the video. But we're done. If this is your first time to my channel, if you enjoy this type of content, do me a favor, consider hitting that subscribe button. If you do subscribe, make sure and turn notifications on. That way you'll know when I drop videos, when I do live streams, and pretty much everything else related to my channel. And as always, please remember, tools that you can use will refresh your soul. And I'll see you next time.